Can Tottenham become title contenders once their key players return?
Well, one of the things for sure is we will certainly improve when our players return. The likes of Maddison, Son, Sarr, Basuma, Van der Ven, Romero. I mean, there's countless players that have been out for us this season. So I can tell you as a categorical fact that we will definitely improve when our players are back. The likes of Basuma and Son, who've been missing. Lascelles has been out and he's been great this season. You could say this for everyone, but the fact that we have had so many injuries, if we didn't have them, I genuinely believe that we would be in the conversation right now.
Seriously?
And I know, yeah, honestly.
What, you think you'd be, in and around the 48, 49 point mark?
We'd be probably around the same point as Arsenal at the moment. Maybe more. Because
Bold statement.
We've had to deal with a back four of pure fullbacks at one point.
To be fair.
We went to Man City away, drew 3-3 with a back four of fullbacks, and we had to deal with the likes of Haaland, Alvarez, and the fantastic players at Man City. And we managed to get a draw there, which is fantastic.
That's remarkable, yeah.
Exactly. And I think we've showed that we have the strength and the courage to get good results. I mean, I know controversially we have beaten Liverpool, but at the end of the day, we did get 3 points against them. We've also drew against City. We did draw against Arsenal. Both of those games, I know people be like, it's not a win, but they are both away from home, which when you're in a title race, the main thing is to not lose your key games away from home. To call us title contenders when we do get our players back, listen, it is a massive...
It's a big statement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive statement.
Even though all those players might return soon, which they should do, there's nothing to guarantee to say that the players that you have at the moment won't get injured or be out of the squad. So, for example, you could get Basuma, Son, Sarr and all these players back, but if you lost Vicario or Van der Ven or something, you're sort of in the same position as you were before.
Listen, the fact that Ange has got a tune out of a squad and a team when we've had to play a pack four of fullbacks.
Yeah, so when you get all these players back, you never know what could happen.
That's the thing.
And if City, Liverpool and Arsenal start picking up injuries and you go on a good run with your fully fit
then
squad...
Then it's possible. Yeah, there's potential there.
It's the squad depth, like you're saying. Even though all these players, once they're back, your squad isn't deep. So if these players need to rest, what is the backup like? It's not the same quality as City. If Haaland's not playing, they've got Alvarez.
Yeah.
With Liverpool, Seam Salah, we've had Adam for the past month and we've still done well. Arsenal maybe... They do miss their players, like if Rice or Saliba or Saka are out, they do maybe miss them more than City or Liverpool.
Yeah.
But they still have a better squad depth and a deeper squad than what you have, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that actually leads me on to a good point. If we do improve on our squad in the summer and we not only just get in players, but bring in the right players that are proven quality, because in fairness, we did do it in January with Dragic in. With Timo Werner, I'm not so sure about. I'm not going to sit here and say he's terrible, but he's not the kind of quality
you think he will become good?
Well, this season, I mean, he's been all right. I'm not going to say he's been best, but he's been decent. But if we're talking about title contenders, he's not exactly.
He's not a component you need. Is
no,
he?
no.
He's not going to elevate you to that next level, sort of pick up the slack when Son and Maddison and players like that aren't available.
Exactly, that's the thing. I don't want to sit here and slate Werner because it's also the squad, like Zac was mentioning. Like Emerson Royale, they need to be going out the door. Hoiberg needs to be going out the door. There's talks about Skip as well. That's the thing. It's
these
just
players
not
who
enough quality.
deputise for the likes of Pedro Porro, the likes of Basuma, Sarr, Son, they're not really the quality, are they?
Our starting 11's fine. It's absolutely perfect. But it's just when you look beyond that.
Well, I still think you could even improve on the starting 11 as well.
There's possible, potential.
But like you said, it is a very solid starting 11.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Aside from Liverpool, City and Arsenal, you can make a case that your starting 11's better than Villa's even.
Yeah, I probably
But Villa maybe have just got the better depth and the better options off the bench.
That's the thing.
And I've been luckier with injuries this season.
Yeah, exactly. Villa haven't got too many injuries, which I'm surprised about as well, because they got Europe and we don't.
Yeah.
So that's quite shocking, actually. I didn't think we'd... I mean, listen, I always knew we were going to get injuries, but I didn't think we'd get this
But that's
many.
why I think you can do really well this season, though, because you don't have Europe and you're out the FA Cup. You're at the League Cup. You literally just have
the league.
So I'm not saying you will challenge for the title from an outsider point of view, but I really think you can make a push and make that top 4 spot or top 5 or be the best of the rest.
I agree as well. And top 4 should be the achievement for this season. It should be the not expectation, but it should be the aim, the goal.
It'd be a good season if you finish top 4. I know as a Tottenham fan,
it's very annoying, but
possibly Bobby's first season, the amount of injuries you had, I think top 4
would be a fantastic season because we're predicted to finish like 10th. So top 4, if we do finish out of it and we finish 5th and we don't get Champions League football in the end, I would say to not even just Tottenham fans, but many neutral fans who go, you bought top 4, like, look at where we were last season.
Yeah.
We're finishing 8th. We're quite literally a mid-table side.
You got on leaps and bounds from them.
Exactly. And we had Harry Kane last season absolutely carried us. If we didn't have him in our team, we'd finish in bottom half. Like, we'd be where Chelsea are. Like, last season, we'd been like 12th, 13th. And that would have been lucky if we finished there without Kane. So the fact that Postecoglou has dealt with arguably our best player ever leaving the club, and then the amount of injury issues as well.
It's remarkable, really, isn't it?
It's fantastic. And
I don't think he'll get manager of the season, but he could definitely be in the
he's
conversation.
Up there, yeah, exactly, for what he's had to deal with. And I think that is the makings of a manager, a long-term manager, that we can build a possible title contending team
next
with.
season or the season after.
Yeah, exactly.
And providing you keep your top players around.
Yeah.
They don't get snatched.
I mean, I'm hoping next season that I'm not going to sit here and say I expect to win the title, but I'm hoping in the summer, which is what I can't rely about on Daniel Levy, because the problem is with Daniel Levy is he's very unreliable in terms of
it's more hope than expectation that you'll recruit the right players.
That's the thing. Like with Liverpool, with City, obviously, with Arsenal at the moment, you know they're going to bring in the right players for the manager, and you know they're going to back him to the full extent. I mean, obviously,
for the most part, not as much with us.
Yeah, because of Klopp leaving, but also because of Klopp leaving, and Klopp obviously doesn't get exactly what he wants now and then. But yeah, for the most part, usually you back your manager. Liverpool do, City always do, Arsenal are right now with Arteta. So I'm hoping that we do that, and that is the main word, hope, because I can't trust Daniel Levy to go and back Ange, because we've seen what he did with Poch. And listen, you can look from an outsider point of view and say, well, Poch didn't win anything at Tottenham. Why are you talking about him? Like, it's obviously him. If you look deeper into it, you don't even have to go that deep into it. If you just do somewhat research into it, you'll see how limited tools he's given, because
he got to the Champions League final
with no signings,
and then almost the next season, you sort of the form started to dip, and then rather than leave you thinking we got the Champions League final, let's strengthen upon that, he just thought, you know what, this team would be good enough for next season, and like you said, had a dip in form.
Oh, it was awful, and since then we haven't really got back to our full potential. I mean, Ange is only just starting to do that now, and that's why I can't trust Levy to go and back him in the summer and bring in the correct players.
It's all if buts and maybes at Tottenham.
Exactly, that's the thing. If Daniel Levy does do it, though, let's go with this. If Daniel Levy does do that and he backs Ange and he sort of offloads the dead wood and fills the squad with quality, proven quality, and players that Ange wants, players that suit the system, then I for sure see us becoming title contenders next season. You can see the potential, and we've got a very young team. Like our whole back four is under 24, I'm pretty sure, if I remember.
So hopefully they should all peak at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Vicario is like 26 or 27, which is young for a goalkeeper. Same with Basuma, he's not old. Maddison is probably one of the older ones in the squad, and Son is as well. So that goes to show you how young our squad is.
And they're not ancient, are they?
No, exactly. That's the thing. And Sarr and Udogie are both 20 odd years. In fact, I think 20 years old or 21 years old. Like they're
so there's bags of potential. If someone was asking you a percentage from 1 to 100, how likely do you think you could contend for the title this season? What percentage do you go with?
This season,
10%?
I'd say 15% at the most. That's me being optimistic. Next season, if Levy backs Ange and we bring in the right players, right recruitment, and fill the squad with quality, next season then there's definitely a high percentage. I'm not going to bet on it like now because I don't know who we're going to bring in the summer, but there's definitely a much higher percentage that we can become title contender next season.
So, to answer your question, not this season, very small percentage, but potentially next season if things go Tottenham's way. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on mine and Harv's, and also comment down below your opinions on Tottenham. Do you think they have enough to contend for the league this season, or do you agree with Harvey, and do you think next season, or possibly the season after, is when we'll see Tottenham really propel themselves towards that next level, which they haven't seen for a while, have they? No.
I hope to see it soon.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.